We are having so much fun, and we know you're going to love our next guest. His name is Tony Walker, and he is a comedy guy. Comedy cures everything. So.
Absolutely. I had cancer at the age of 32, and I do believe that the laughter and the positive attitude got me through it just as much as the medications did, which led to the comedy troupe that I run called Knockem Comedy. We do dinner theater, murder mysteries, game shows, kid shows. We're not stand-up or anything like that, just comedy shows, variety shows.
So you go to restaurants and where else? Like theaters?
Restaurants, private parties, corporate events, fundraisers. Did I say fundraisers?
Fundraisers, firehouses.
Comedy shows, they're murder mysteries, they're audience participation. It's a scripted show because there's clues and hints that have to go out, but it's not a don't blink or you'll miss something. It's not Agatha Christie.
Right.
It's a comedy. It's lighthearted, but one of the characters does get killed,
right.
And then the audience has to figure out who did it and why. And if it's a private party or a corporate event, we personalize it to fit their event.
Now, do you ask the audience for help with the mysteries? Or
Yeah, they solve it.
All by themselves.
Based on what they saw during the show, we even give them a little section where they can interrogate the suspects.
Oh, that's
and,
fun.
So we'll deflect, deny, point fingers at other characters, but everybody makes the rounds throughout the whole room and talks to people.
The show is guaranteed. It's 100% guaranteed fun.
Totally.
Everywhere we go,
always.
everybody loves that show.
The audience just get so involved, and there's just such a part of the show, and that makes it even better.
Other things that you do aside
Yeah,
from
we
mystery.
do game shows.
Oh, the game show, we have a podium with lights and buzzers and sounds, and it's basically
Like
a
a
trivia
family
game
feud.
show, or it could be, again, we ad-lib with that too, so they may want a trivia game show, but if we show up and they're a loud, boisterous group and they're a lot of fun, we could ask them to do funny physical challenges, or do some karaoke, or whatever, or name that tune, whatever we feel like doing, and they'll be willing to do. We'll take it there.
What movie introduced the phrase, "There's no crying in baseball"?
Oh, wait.
What letter comes after A? Go ahead. B is correct!
Is there a favorite skit that you do that just still cracks you up every time you do it?
We do a lot of audience participation murder mystery shows, comedic murder mystery shows. And there's two shows. We have a mob show. We're in New York. You have to have the mob shows. And we have a redneck wedding, which is just
Oh, that I have
it's
to
a
come
lot
see
of
that
fun.
one.
Oh, you're welcome
Yeah!
anytime. Anytime. In fact, I even
Well,
brought
growing
you a
up in
shirt.
St. Louis, Missouri, I have to say you did.
Oh, of course I did. That you will wear
Hey!
everywhere you go. In fact, I have a whole bunch there. I'm giving one out to everybody.
Everywhere I go. Okay.
That's right.
There you go.
Knockem Comedy.
Oh, that's great.
Can I
Knockem
pretend I'm
Comedy.
drinking something here?
Excellent. Yeah, you can pretend like
Thanks,
you're drinking something.
I'm having fun on the set.
We actually do put water in it when guests ask.
Just
we
not
do. But
this
if you
guest,
but if you don't ask ahead of time, wait. This one's full of water. You ready? One, two,
Nice.
three. All right. There you go.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, that Knockem Dead Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Knockem dead. Knockem dead. Comedy show. They suck. Knockem dead. Knockem dead. Comedy show. They suck. Knockem dead. Knockem dead. Comedy show. They suck.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Podcast, coming at you live on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. That is the name of the Facebook page. That is the name of the YouTube channel, and that's where we're interacting with you guys on the YouTube channel. So please hit the thumbs up. Please like and share the show, as you see in the graphic above my head. Like and share the show. Share it to all your places, and tell everybody you know about all the great shows here, Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, including this one, and we're live right now. So go to the YouTube channel and interact with us, especially since our pal Eric Tartaglioni is here. And the Uncle Louie Variety Show guys will be joining us around noon on the good old Zoom. Thanks for joining us this morning. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, young man.
Nice to see you.
Thank you, sir.
Look at you. It's like summer out there for you. You're wearing shorts.
Yeah, I'm wearing shorts. Yeah, it's 70 degrees.
It is. It's beautiful. Is it? Well, yeah, it says 72 over there. All right, so I'm getting right into this.
Go ahead.
You would think you're at the game. You would think they would throw you up, sign the contract for one game. I mean, they could have used all the help they could have gotten yesterday.
Yesterday, we're talking about the Mets. It was a big thing for me because I wanted to see them win the series. I understand they split. That's fine. And they're 18-9. That's great.
It sure is.
Nobody's complaining about that.
Right.
But I wanted them to make a statement to the Braves.
To the Braves.
To say, like a la the 86 Mets did when they swept the Cardinals, when they went in there in April of that year, they said, bye-bye.
That's right.
This is our division now. See you next year. There's a new sheriff in town for this year at least. I wanted that.
Yep.
And they just couldn't do it. And the problem with their team, if there is a problem, it's hard to have too many problems when you're 18-9, I know, is that they don't have enough bullpen. And it was illuminated yesterday, of all days. I really wanted to see that, so I was not happy. I don't know what to say.
And I hate to sound like a Yankee fan, but I was really pissed that they lost yesterday because you were there, and I wanted you to have a good game. Sons of bitches.
No, well, listen. I listen. I watch on TV. I go whatever, but I have my championship ring from fantasy camp.
Oh yeah, get that in there. Look at that,
gaudy, disgusting replica of the '69 Mets. By the way, so we won week 1, and we get a ring, and I will wear it. I will be in my grave.
So when you play like. If you're in a show playing like the Golden Girls or something, or an old lady playing bingo, that's the first thing. That's the first prop you'll grab to look
yes,
old,
exactly.
gaudy, and old.
to look right, the baubles of age. There you go. But no, but look, it's well, that was a lot of fun, and this is the thing. At the '86 Mets, I was there when they won the championship.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I was there, Game 7. And watching Mookie Wilson and company, your favorite player.
That's right.
Now, I am playing for the championship in their minor league ballpark, Cloverfield, where they play their spring training games. You can see them on TV. And Mookie Wilson is in the stands watching me.
Cheering. Let's go, Eric.
Well, it was, you can't make this stuff up. You just can't.
That really, and we're men who don't grow up. So stuff like that's what our life is all about.
This could be the Peter Pan podcast. Exactly. Is what we could call this today. This is Peter Pan syndrome, folks. Illuminated.
And that is my goal. You see Mookie, he does the part of the intro for us because I paid for it. And he says, I can't wait to do your show again. Looking forward to seeing it. He's never been here. So I'm hoping, and I am going to call him out on it. One of these days, I'm getting him in here.
So, I'm so bad we couldn't get this on screen. Can I get this on the screen?
Well, I could just do one of these.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Look at that. Look at that.
That's me and Mookie in the dugout of Clover Park of the championship game in 2017. We lost. Mookie was my manager. Anyway,
those aren't just fine butts we're looking at. We're looking at the butts of two legs.
Exactly. You're looking at the. You're looking at $1 million butt and Mookie Wilson.
Did you see, Mark David Hirschman and Mike Keegan? They do a show in here. They had Anthony Recker on a month ago.
Did they really?
Yeah. And apparently, which I didn't know about this until they brought it up, apparently there's his butt is a thing. Like there's a Facebook page dedicated to his butt.
Is there really?
Apparently he's had one of the best butts in baseball. I had no idea.
I had no clue either.
But they actually brought it up. They showed the Facebook page, and Recker himself said he was, he doesn't want to be known for it, but he's aware that people talk about it. Like I was. Yeah, what do you say to that?
I don't want to say. I know. Well, you know what though, but see, that shows you the power of social media.
Yes.
I mean, this is what we've become.
So you and Mookie got to show your butt more often.
we used to travel on the plains, and they used to disembowel animals. This is what they used to do. As I was reading this book, Killing Crazy Horse. Okay. Bill O'Reilly book.
All right.
This is how tough the life was out in the Old West, Indian country, the whole bit. They would have such cold winters that they would disembowel ponies and put babies inside the warm body to keep them from freezing.
Oh wow!
This is what people are up to, and I'm complaining that I had to pay a fuel bill. I'm complaining that the heater in my basement isn't working. This is the life that we live.
Well, and I was thinking about it the other day with the whole pandemic and stuff. Just how much the world has changed in the past 2 years. Just as recently as the 1980s, or the 90s even, if we had a pandemic like that during those days, the fact that we're so spoiled now that we had social media, we have streaming on TV, yet we still couldn't handle it. That's how spoiled the world is.
Well, sure.
It's amazing to me.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's the world that we've become. But listen, but that's what you want. I love when people can say that we're spoiled Americans, and we are. But that's the byproduct of a great country.
Well, yes, you're absolutely right about that.
I mean, some underdeveloped nation, they're not,
But you'd like to think we'd be able to pull it together when something like that happens, and
human beings are too stupid.
Yes, that's exactly it. That just sums it up right there. Bye, everybody.
Exactly. Knock them dead because they're too stupid. Comedy
Exactly.
show. There you go.
All right, let me ask you questions. Great comedian. He'll be there this weekend for the on Saturday at the brokerage for the Uncle Louie Variety Show. You'll see this man opening up, and those guys are great enough as it is. Now Eric is opening up. I mean, this is just a fantastic show.
Thank you.
We actually might not do our show in here Saturday night because we want to go to that.
Well, you go see those guys. It's terrific.
They're such a great show. And speaking of great shows, Governors has such a great lineup this weekend. Nick DiPaolo on Friday here at the club in Levittown. Andy Haynes is playing the brokerage on Friday out in Bohemia. Then he's playing here at the club on Saturday. John Ziegler, don't forget, May 21st, he's performing and recording a comedy special here at the club. The Giggle Room on Saturday. The Giggle Room on Saturday. Terry McNeely, Chris Cassandra, Lou Pratz, Nick Ginsburg, Courtney Otero, and a bunch of other comedians. That's Friday. And Charlie Paquette and friends on Saturday. And don't forget Joe Pontillo and Brian McGinnis at the Gilgal Room. They changed the date. It is now June 4th. And they're coming on the show. They're coming back on here soon. I am going to make fun of them and call them out because they invited me to be on that show. Now they're advertising it with all the pictures of the comedians. I'm not on it.
Are you on the show?
I'm assuming I'm not.
No, don't assume that.
All right.
Well,
So I'm just not good enough to make the picture.
When you assume, what happens?
You're absolutely
you
right.
make an ass of you and me.
That's
so
right.
don't assume that. We got to get you back on stage.
All right. Oh, absolutely. And McGuire's on Friday. Joe DeVito on Friday, and the Uptown Comedy Show also Friday, and of course the one and only Joey Cola at McGuire's in Bohemia on Saturday. So,
great lineups. Folks.
Yeah, great lineup this weekend. Governors in Levittown with the main stage in the Giggle Room, the brokerage in Bohemia, which on Saturday you'll see Eric with the Uncle Louie Variety Show, and of course McGuire's in Bohemia. Did I say brokerage in Bohemia?
I think maybe
brokerage in Belmore.
You spoke 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Brokerage is in Belmore, folks.
Right. Brokerage in Belmore and McGuire's in Bohemia. Go to govs.com to see their full schedule and make your reservations, especially for Saturday at McGuire's. Saturday at the brokerage. The brokerage in Belmore. It's going to be, again, that's just going to be a fantastic show. I'm looking forward to that. All right, so let me ask you as a comedian, of course we got to talk about this. Dave Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts, comments, anything?
Look, you know what this is my thought.
Yes.
When I first thought of it,
yeah,
I believe to a degree the reason that we've seen as many school shootings as we saw was it was a copycat sort of just event that has entered people's consciousness since Columbine. But before Columbine, no one ever heard of shooting up a school.
That's right.
No one ever even thought about it. Then after that happens, all of a sudden, blah, 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 blah. Well, I thought that's Dave Chappelle. It was a copycat just of obviously of the Chris Rock event.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, and somebody wants to be, and people want to be infamous, and they want their 15 minutes.
That's right.
And there's a way of getting it. Well, that's a way of doing it. And the person's probably mentally ill or whatever. But put it this way, I'm glad I'm studying Taekwondo. I'm a candidate black belt. I study Taekwondo at Long Island Taekwondo in Franklin Square, and I'm glad I have to because as a comedian now, you just don't know.
Well, and that's the thing. Do you think so? As people are copycatting.
Yeah, that's good.
And people looking for their 15 minutes. Do you think that this is gonna be something that people are going to do for a while?
I don't know. I mean, who knows?
Do you are you thinking about it now? As somebody that's going on stage?
Not really.
You're not worried about it?
No,
Okay,
I'm
good.
not particularly worried because my material isn't that provocative.
Right.
I'm not really taking shots at ethnic groups or racial groups or anything like that.
Right.
So as a result, I was always, I stayed away from that type of thing, so I never had to worry about it.
Sure.
But I've heard people's careers are changing and getting ruined. I won't mention who, but
Yeah, right.
people that were very popular because they really nailed different ethnic groups and whatever. I heard they're kind of out now.
I was actually shocked. I mean, I know he was joking, but I thought for sure it was going to make waves. That the first thing he said when after it happened, Chappelle grabbed the mic and said, that was a trans guy. Which funny.
referring to what he's been dealing with, but I still thought for sure they were going to, you singled us out, you assumed it was us, you son of a bitch, and they would go after him, but...
I know, you mean they may actually have taken that as an actual joke?
Yeah, right, exactly.
In the spirit of actual humor?
They actually had a chuckle.
How?
And did you see Chris Rock was there?
Yeah, I can't believe Chris Rock was actually there.
I think he's the common denominator here. I think we just have to pull him off, and nobody will get hurt. But he grabs a mic and goes, "Was that Will Smith?" Perfect, hilarious. And then also, did you hear when the guy jumped up and attacked Chappelle? The first guy to get to him before security was Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Like this whole thing was just.
I know.
Getting attacked wasn't.
Did you see
enough.
Any Given Sunday? I wouldn't mess with Jamie Foxx either. Right. No, I got you.
And then, sure enough, then Jon Stewart's on stage after they get the guy, and there he is clapping. Like that little white guy wasn't going anywhere near this. Now, do you want somebody to attack you, and so that the video will go viral and your name will get out there?
I want anything to make a video go viral. So you can.
We could set that up.
Why not?
How about? All right, so I'll go on Saturday. We'll make sure there's video cameras. I'll jump up on stage. I'll take the leg off, and it'll be a light tap. But
no, not
you
Saturday,
play it up
because we got the Uncle Louie Variety Show.
Yeah, that's
Saturday.
what I'm saying.
No,
during that show,
do it no.
All right,
I'll
do it
what I'm
here.
saying is it may pull focus from them. Do it.
Okay.
I'm saying it may ruin their show. I don't want to ruin their show. You want to see it.
Yeah,
but
true.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess any other time, I think it'll mess up the variety show. Although you could weave it in. We could weave it into a variety show.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody gets attacked after.
instead of the long cane,
right.
pulling
Have
somebody
out. Come out.
You just have some come out and beat them up.
We could say like if every ethnic joke causes an attack, like two Jews walk into a bar, have two people dressed as Hasidim come up and hit you over the head.
Right.
We'll
call it the we'll Chappelle you off the stage.
No, I think it's still Rocks. It's Chris Rock.
Oh, okay.
It's pulling. It's a Chris Rock.
Yes, it is.
It would have to be. He earned it.
Yes, he earned it. You know, it's funny you say that. I went out to dinner the other night with some friends, the Wanto Inn in Wanto, which would be funny if it was Wanto Inn in Center Reach.
Right.
Yeah, so we look across the restaurant. There were two priests sitting there having dinner. We're like, oh, we just need the rabbi, and we have a living joke here. You know? We had a nice little laugh. So, all right, so we're talking about the variety show. That was something that we were starting to talk about before we went on the air. I love the Uncle Louie Variety Show. I've seen it. These guys are friends. I'm looking forward to them coming on. But, yeah, we were saying, well, I brought it up because I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I was saying that the whole variety show thing seems to be a dying art form.
But what's old is new, and what can be so old can be new again. And to tell you the truth, the way the entertainment business is going because of all the political correctness, because of people being afraid of this or that, a variety show may be exactly what would become popular again.
Would be nice.
It would, you know what I mean?
I'm a big fan of that stuff, the Carol Burnett show.
Oh, God. Well, because we're old, and most people don't know who Carol Burnett is anymore.
No,
yeah,
it's
she
a
was
shame.
fantastic. That show was great.
Right.
But that was back in the day when there were 5 channels.
Well, true.
And no one had a phone that they were looking at and everything else, but it was entertainment.
Yeah.
And good entertainment is going to be good no matter what. It just, you got to get people in the seats. They'd enjoy it. They're going to enjoy Uncle Louie's. Believe me. And I think it's a good time for it, because I'm actually hearing that my style of comedy, which tends to be a little more set up punch style, is actually sort of preferred now, because people don't want too much social commentary, because people are so over hypersensitive. I don't know.
I would agree with that. They're hypersensitive. Plus, you have everybody doing this. Everybody setting up a camera and a microphone in their basement, and they're all going on the internet. Let me tell you what's wrong with this world. I don't want to hear it. Like I want to hear from the experts. This is why we're doing this. Whether it's a political leader or a leader of an organization, but to see just an everyday slob like us just going on and complaining, I don't think people want to. I don't think people are coming. I think people are coming to a comedy show now to escape that.
I'm an extraordinary slob, by the way. I resent that everyday line. But just No, I get it. No, I do get it. See, that's what I found interesting about the whole, to bring this up, the whole Colin Kaepernick thing.
Okay.
Now, he took a knee. He was protesting institutionalized racism. And unfortunately, as I think we've all learned, if you're going to use the word disrespect a flag or an anthem, it's going to be very polarizing, and it's going to cause a lot of problems. And the people that wouldn't agree with you are going to feel energized by that quote unquote lack of respect that you've shown. But if he had just simply said, go on YouTube and complained about institutionalized racism as he sees it, he would have gotten his point across better.
Yeah.
That's why I can't believe that. That's why I find today, I think the one good thing about it is that you can have your opinion made known.
Good point. Right.
I mean, that's what but again, you're right. But everybody, and what they say about opinions, everybody's got one.
Right.
So, and now social media, everybody's got an account. So,
I don't know. To me, that was at least a peaceful protest. I didn't like it, but I didn't get enraged like other people.
But people did.
It's his right to do it.
No. But everybody talks about their rights. When the rights is the last thing that you worry about. We get it. I have the right to dance the funky chicken in the middle of Hempstead Turnpike. Why I would want to exercise it would be another point. But my point was he had all these different platforms to use.
Yeah, true.
I mean, if that's how you feel, use a platform that's not going to be I don't want to say call attention to yourself, but that's going to be less controversial. And now you're trying to defend something that wasn't your point to begin with.
Right.
Yeah,
you're right.
It made no sense to me.
Yes.
It made no sense.
This comic looks like the guy in Land of the Giants, says Jerry Lehane. I don't know what that is. Land of the
Giants. I have no idea.
Me neither. All right. Well,
Okay. All right.
Well, thanks, I guess, Jerry Lehane.
I don't think it's a compliment, but thank you, Jerry.
We're gonna say it is. Yeah. Okay. So So we got Eric Tartaglioni here. He's gonna be performing on Saturday at the Brokerage in Belmore with the Uncle Louie Variety Show, and we are going to be talking to Carlo and Lou from the Uncle Louie Variety Show in just about a half hour. They'll be zooming in with us. We're looking forward to hanging out with those guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so here's a good story I got for you. I don't know, tell me, I don't know if you heard about any of this. Up in Nantucket, they set up a proposal titled "Gender Equality on Beaches," which allows anyone to go topless on the beach. And this proposal was passed yesterday in their town meeting. Anybody can go topless anytime in Nantucket beaches, on Nantucket beaches.
Is this a great country or what?
Absolutely.
You better believe it. How's that?
Yep.
Not for nothing. Half the men that go topless need to put a shirt on.
Well, right. Yeah, we don't.
Be honest with you.
We're not concerned about that.
No, but I'm just saying. No, I am. Talk about eye pollution. Not for nothing. I think they should be telling you. Do you know back in the day, I don't know, maybe the 30s or 40s. I mean, obviously it's not really anything to do with us now, but this shows you how the society and how the culture moves. They didn't want men to have they wanted men to be covered up, to have like a one piece into a tank top.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah.
Well, like you said, it does make sense. I have no desire to see a guy topless. I mean, we see it all the time, but.
Look, but did you ever see some of the people now that wear bikinis and what? I mean, they might as well go topless. Did you ever see some of these people?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I get it. It's body positivity. Look, I don't want to put anybody down, but it would be nice to have a little sense of aesthetics. It'd be nice to have a little standard for yourself.
Right, especially if they're like, the titties are dragging on the sand or something, yeah.
Easier to catch.
Easier to catch. For all you stalkers out there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. So yeah, that's happening in happened in Nantucket.
Nantucket. Do you ever go up there? It's sort of a very avant-garde liberal place.
That's what Sallie was telling me. She lived up there.
I was up there 50 years ago when I was a kid, and it was a haven for the artists and the bohemian and the people of all different alternative lifestyles. It was a great place for that then. So of all places to do it, Nantucket would be a perfect spot.
So But you're saying a kid, like a little kid, you were there? So
I was a little kid.
Oh, so you couldn't enjoy the
No, I wasn't really. I
lifestyles.
was like, what's happening here in my
Right, you
my
were
pants?
scared,
I had
yeah.
no idea what
What's
was going
happening
on.
in my
I had no
pants?
idea what was. I was very excited looking at the alternative lifestyles. I was very.
What did you see?
You know what? It's so long ago. It's just that women were very free, and they were not. You know, there was nobody topless, as I remember. Because I think my parents would have been appalled. But
Right.
honestly, but no, as I really don't remember. But I remember that it was. I guess they maybe scantily dressed, even for then. Even though it was like maybe late '60s or early '70s. It was
So maybe we can get the Mets to move their minor league there.
God. Yeah, they've said they're in Syracuse, which is where guys from Uncle Louie are from.
That's right.
So there you go. There's the tie-in.
See that?
See how we did that? See what I did there?
It's all planned. The once was a man from Nantucket, says Andy Plajanos. Yep. So let me ask you, if you were in Nantucket, you and Susan go to Nantucket, and you see women topless. And then Susan said, "Yeah, I want to get a tan on the beach. I'm going to do it." How would you feel about that?
I got to tell you, I would be. You know what? It's a little tough. I have to be honest.
Yeah.
I wouldn't because now I wouldn't have to. I wouldn't leave her side. I don't care. You can think of me whatever you want, but I just wouldn't leave her side if she really felt the need to.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be too thrilled. And to tell you the truth, she would know that I wouldn't be too thrilled, so she wouldn't do it. She has that much respect for me that she wouldn't.
Nice.
You know.
Yeah,
so.
she's all right.
Yeah, she's the best. The Spicy Psychic on Facebook,
right.
by the way. It's my wife.
Yep.
We should do a podcast.
I think you should.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, she's great. Love Susan, and I'm with you. I don't know if we're the last generation, and I think with proposals that get passed like this one, I think younger generations. I do feel like people in their 20s right now. I don't think they feel the same way as we do. I think they do feel a little more equal, and they don't get as childish about seeing boobies on a beach like we would.
Well, first of all, I think you're using the word equal. I don't think I tend to think that they tend to think that our generation is so stodgy and old-fashioned that we don't think in terms of equality. Nobody's arguing about anybody's equality.
True.
I'm always amazed when people say there's a war on women and women run the world. They always have.
Yeah.
They always have. And if there's a we'll never have a woman president. We'd never have that. We don't care. We really don't.
I do think there should be a woman president. I think we're overdue for that.
The right person. First of all, the right person. Period.
Yes.
That's it.
Well, yeah,
Nobody
I'll give you
cares.
that. Yes.
Nobody. I don't
Right.
care.
I don't think Hillary lost because she's a woman. I think she lost because most people hate her. Yeah.
Okay. Plus, I didn't like her wardrobe. I thought her pantsuits outfit. She looked like a runner at the dog show. At the Kennel Club, the trainers that would run. She always looked like that to me. It didn't look right. I don't know.
That's
but
funny.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what was she going to wear? I mean, the sexy,
Yeah.
She's not going to wear a dominatrix outfit, but, there you go.
She might have got more votes.
Exactly. Well, she would certainly get the dominatrix community. Right. So everybody's got a community.
But I don't think people in their 20s, because
right.
I don't think they would act the same way we would. I don't think they'd feel awkward about it. Maybe I'm wrong there, but
I don't know. It's an interesting point. I don't know. I mean, back in the day, my grandfather thought any cursing in a movie. My mother tried to actually take the curses out of a movie, this movie called The Verdict, because she knew my grandfather would love it. But because Paul Newman cursed
I remember
in the
that
movie twice, she actually tried to stop the tape so he wouldn't hear it because he would tune it out.
Right.
If he used curse words. And I remember him making a comment about somebody cursing in a movie, and he said, "I'm in the movie theater with my aunt, a single woman here." So he thought a single woman should be spared the indignity of having to listen to a curse word.
Wow.
I mean, but that's someone born in 1909.
Right.
He's not born in 1999. So
right.
It's old. It all changes.
Right, and that's part of right. And again, it's upbringing. I still to this day I don't curse in front of my mother. I'm not wired that way. I can't even do it now. I can't. So yeah, But I'd be happy to go to Nantucket and check out other people's.
Right. No, I get it. But by the way, it's also called Pornhub, if you're interested.
Right.
That's all. By the way, I don't know what we're all talking about. Everybody's so desensitized today. Boobies. See, that's another thing.
That's true.
Boobs are like, yeah, and?
Right.
So.
Yeah, you're right. All right. Adam Snare says, Eric T, one funny dude, he says.
Oh, love you, Adam. He's a funny guy.
He is a funny guy.
Up and coming.
Yeah, and he's coming back in September for a few days. We're looking forward to seeing him.
He's down in Florida, doing his thing.
Jerry says, Gretchen Whitmer looks like a woman president.
Oh, is that the Michigan?
I was about to ask you. I
think
idea.
she's the Michigan governor, I think she's the one that they were going to attack. People are going to attack her. I have no idea. Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
How do you feel about unions? We're all over the place today. How do you feel about unions?
Hey, look, everybody serves a purpose. Of course, without unions back in the day, people were overly taken advantage of. Now they may have too much power, or maybe not. There's enough money to go around for everybody. I guess
exactly
my answer is, if I'm going to give you a short answer, I'm pro-union.
That's a good short answer. The Massapequa Village Square Starbucks has approved a bid to unionize, becoming the first of the coffee chain's Long Island locations to become unionized. The Massapequa Starbucks, located at 4301 Merrick Road, which is only about a mile away from me and Sallie, was the second to announce a bid to unionize back in February. It was approved by the store's employees 19-8. Wow. Let's see. After months of courageous organizing from the partners at the Massapequa Starbucks, Long Island officially has its first unionized Starbucks location. The entire Long Island union movement is so proud to welcome these workers into our union family. Now, more Starbucks stores across the country are starting efforts to unionize. Let's see. So yeah, their biggest issue is their pay. Wages remained unchanged during the pandemic for many workers. Last year, Starbucks CEO Kevin Johnson took home a $7 million raise, not $7 million total, but just a raise, while the employees received nothing after working through the pandemic. They did the math. They claim it would take the average Starbucks barista 826 years of work with the company to earn what Johnson made in 2021. The price of a coffee from Starbucks continues to rise while partner wages remain the same. I mean, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, they have good benefits, but
I don't think he should get that big a raise. I mean, look, I think most people would agree. He probably shouldn't have gotten a raise at all if his employees weren't. Now, exactly. I understand he's obviously got a very important job, and you want to bring the best and the brightest to continue to work in the most important jobs. Gotcha. But, he didn't. It was a pandemic.
Right.
And he didn't need that. And I don't know how much you could have distributed that among all the workers. Maybe they would have gotten an extra 50 cents a year. I don't even know.
True.
But he didn't deserve. You know what? It's best during those tough times. It's best to let the
even I think
salary stay the same.
Any kind of raise, I think, just tells people that they're appreciated. Their efforts are appreciated. I mean, when a guy like this, a CEO who, when he makes that much money, that a $7 million raise, I mean, that's just ridiculous. Even if he just took $3 million of that, dispersed it equally among the employees, I mean, when you make that much money, you don't even feel that kind of money, in my opinion anyway.
Yeah,
and again, the employees feel appreciated. I the other day on our show here, I showed you guys a trailer. My son goes to 5 towns. He's graduating. He just made a short film, and they're having a festival at 5 towns, a film festival, and he's up for 5 awards.
Fantastic. Congrats.
Thank you. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because it wasn't a GoFundMe, but it was one of those types of websites where he needed to raise money to make this film. He needed $1,700, and he raised it, which, kudos to him, and he made it happen. And he, had a crew, he had actors, made this film. So yesterday, because he just made the film, just finished it, completed it, 100% completion, just about maybe 3-4 weeks ago. So just yesterday, he sat down and he went through all the finances, what he made, what the expenses were, this, that, the other thing. There was some money left over. There was some money left over. So what he did the math. He looked at every single person that worked on this movie, whether it was a crew, an actor, whether they stayed for one day, whether they stayed the whole shoot. He figured it out. If he's giving everybody, including himself, $20, the money that's left over will be, dispersed evenly. Yeah, and
very nice of him. That's great.
Right, but that's the thing. That's what we should be doing. The $20 isn't going to change anybody's world.
Right.
But they'll remember. If any of these people are trying to get into film, like my son is, they'll remember. Oh, I'll work. Oh, Zach's making a film. Yeah, I'll work with him. He was the guy that paid me $20 that time. I drove out east, for an hour to get to him. For maybe the $20 will, maybe not today. But
how about this? How about it's just a nice thing to do, whether it gleans anything extra for you in the long run. It just the universe works. Just put it out there.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Yes.
Most likely, if the universe is as friendly as we hope it is, or as we sometimes say it is, hopefully it'll come back.
Right.
But if not, you put it out there.
That's exactly my point. You just want to. You want to do the right thing because you want it to come back to you, right?
Even if it didn't, even if you did, it comes back to you, even in your own sense of satisfaction, knowing you did something.
Knowing you did the right thing.
It's a small thing, but small things count.
Right, and that's what I'm saying with Starbucks unionizing. Same thing. If these guys, again, if they get $1 raise, they're going to say, "Well, all right, they did something for us."
Right.
Something.
Right. Sure.
Everybody just wants to feel appreciated. What is that there? So it says Lou Greco is in the waiting room, but his name is kind of faded there. So I don't know if he's. I don't know, and it's early. So Lou, do you want us to let you in, or? Hang on a second. I think he's. I don't know if we can hear him. Lou, can you hear us, Lou? Hello? No, maybe not.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe he walked away. He was waiting.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Yeah, because Lou, you guys are on for 12. I don't know if you want to come on sooner or if you want to wait for Carlo. But it shows he's in the waiting room. All right. I'll if you're still there and in 10 minutes, I guess I'll just open it up. Or if you want to text me, if you want to come on now, so you can talk about Lou. If you want to talk about Carlo before he comes on, by all means. Or maybe you want to complain about Tony Napoli. So, hi, says Jerry. Oh, yeah, hi. The talk I came in was Chappelle attacked on stage. Okay.
Listen, anybody out there, I study Taekwondo. All right.
So that is not the man to attack.
Although
Chappelle's a skinny guy. There's really nothing to him. So go attack him. So, Jeff Bosey. He says, hi, hello, Jeff. Now, that's a guy a lot of people would like to attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although he's working out now. He's lost some weight.
Yes, he did. He looked good.
Yeah.
Well, it's a relative term. Is that it?
Yes,
come on. Jeff's not here to defend himself. So we should attack more.
Hello, Jeff. Thanks for watching, pal. All right. Beansy's there. Hello, Beansy. Let's see. So, all right. Here's another thing I need to talk about. I need to complain. So talking about people that aren't here. Sally's not here, so I can complain.
Good.
While she's not here.
Because Lord knows you're chomping at the bit.
Every time you see me.
Every time. Yes, you could just see him going.
Sally.
About Sally. Yes. Go ahead.
You guys have just the one daughter, right?
Yes.
So all right. So.
And another unofficial daughter, by the way.
Another unofficial
daughter. Yes. Bianca Marie. Yes. I just want to throw that out there. Go ahead.
Okay. All right.
No, but you're right. Technically, we have. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So I have 2. Sally has 2. So between the two of us, we have 4. So
that would be 2 plus 2.
Right. So I did the math there. That was good. Her youngest, which would be the youngest of the 4, just turned 18 this past weekend. He started driving in, I think it was January. He got his license. So he's got something going on with his car. Sally said, "All right, you're going to take the car to our guy." She goes, so last night they worked it out where he was going to drop the car off. A lot of garages do it. You drop the car off at night and you throw the keys through the
right. They have a night slot. Right. I got you.
Right. So last night she gives him the address. She goes, all right, I'll meet you there. You drop the keys, the car and the keys off, and I'll bring you home. So he gets there before her. He pulls up, and now this garage that we use also has a gas station. So it's like a 24-hour thing. So the guy comes out, and he says, may I help you? He says, no. And the guy says, well, you don't want gas? And he goes, no, I'm not here for gas. He goes, well, what do you need? He says to the attendant, I just need to go back in my car and call my mom. I'm like, so I said to Sallie, wait a minute. He didn't
articulate that he's dropping the
key
key off.
I'm just dropping the car off. I'm going to throw the key in the thing, and then I'm leaving. But, I said, he was that nervous? And she said, yeah, he just didn't know how to tell the guy. Now, I'm not one of those people, they spend too much time playing video games, too much time on the computer. I'm not one of those. We did the same thing, when we were kids with the Ataris.
You did, yeah. No, I was never big with that. But
never, really?
Not really. No, I played Mario a little bit and like Miss Pac-Man, but I never cared that much. But you're saying, so the point is, he's of a generation that just doesn't know how to communicate.
Right.
But I got to get back in my car and call my mommy. They can say.
Right. I was floored when I heard this. And they in fact, this son in particular, he's very big with VR, and he talks with. He plays on some video game team where his teammates are in other parts of the country. Actually, maybe even other parts of the world. He talks to them, and he has conversations with them. So I said that for a long time. You know what? They're socializing. They're fine. They're just doing it differently. But then this, he gets so nervous at the gas station, he doesn't even know how to tell the guy, I'm just dropping my car off because, it's getting worked on tomorrow with the mechanic Mike. That's all you got to say. And the attendant will be, okay, have a good night.
Was the attendant carrying a machete? I'm just asking. Why
Maybe he was in the middle of chopping up another 18-year-old?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly.
So
was it John Wayne Gacy's service station? I'm just asking. Do they have a clown suit? I'm just asking.
I couldn't.
I guess we don't have getting the whole story because it sounds like I have to tell you. It sounds like something's missing from this story. I'm just saying. I'm trying to be respectful because
that's the story that I got.
Okay.
And then my first words when I heard this from Sallie, first words I said was, I can't wait to bring this up on the show tomorrow.
Yeah.
So she didn't then say, wait a minute, there's more.
She didn't say this. No, but maybe she wasn't told that there was more.
Oh, okay.
He may not have been able to have articulated just why he was so petrified or why he just couldn't speak.
Maybe then the man was naked? Yeah, I don't know. What the hell?
Maybe he was topless in Nantucket. That's it. See, the gas station was in Nantucket.
That's right.
That's why. It just threw him, the whole thing threw him.
Comedy lesson number one, all about the callback.
But, okay.
So then I kind of, retract some of my feelings. Like if great if you can go on video games and talk to people, but if you can't just drop your car off at a gas station. I mean, I think I bought my first car. I was doing car payments, I think, at 18 or 19. Like, my mother didn't. And plus, not only that, but my mother wouldn't even pick me up from the gas station. I was walking home if I was dropping my car off.
My father was made to walk home. He had an uncle that was mad at him for something, made him walk home to the Bronx from Yonkers.
No kidding.
And when he was a kid, yeah. Back then, you could do that.
Yeah. Just last week, my son's car broke down. And he was way out. He was like on the LAE exit 63.
That's the one exit from me.
I should have called you. No,
yeah, you should have. I'm 62. Why wouldn't I wouldn't have answered?
So that's great. I'm happy to hear it.
Wow.
So I drive. I've drive. So from here, we're talking at least a half-hour drive. And then he was on his way out to a film set in Mastic. Right. So I had to not only pick him up, but I had to take him to Mastic.
Okay.
But when I got there, and I get to exit 63. His car broke down, so he had to get a tow. So I'm driving. I'm on the right lane, and I'm looking. And all I see at exit 63, my son is very thin, like very thin. So I just see this blue hoodie, baggy pants. I just assumed one of these people that, with the sign,
Yeah, right.
Please send me $1. Turns out the tow truck took the car and left. He's standing on the grass between the right lane and the entrance ramp. So he's just standing there.
Oh, God.
And I swear, and his back was to me, so I really didn't even realize. And Sallie was with me, so is that him? She goes, yeah. I said, are you sure? Is that a homeless guy? Like,
wow.
It was just so you talk about walking all that distance. This day and age, it's weird. Not only was he not walking, but just standing there.
He was willing to stand on the Long Island Expressway rather than walk off the ramp and go to, there's a gas station at the end of that.
Exactly. I said that to Sallie.
I'm just saying, well, he was.
I mean, he did have
He was just too petrified.
Well,
he was too appalled to have to walk and exit.
Well, he did have stuff that he took out of the car that he was going to the set with, so it would have been too much to carry. So I got that.
All right. Well, you're letting that part go.
But it was still weird.
He had 7 cameras. He had a 400-pound barbell.
3 monkeys.
3 monkeys and a Buick, and somehow he wouldn't walk. You see, your family just leaves shit out. I mean, they just leave stuff out of stories.
whatever we need to do to make it work here on the show. I don't know. What? The attendant shakes his hand. The attendant shakes his hand. Kids these days. All right. That was from Jerry. Jeff Bosey. I don't know. I became a man and I worked on my own car. Really? All right. Are you handy like that, Jeff?
I'm not.
Jeff, yeah, I'm not either. To work.
I'm not handy. My wife hates that I'm not handy. Some women have rape fantasies. My wife dreams guys break in and fix the faucets. All right. So
when we got a bidet in our bathroom.
Bidet.
A bidet. We got a bidet in the bathroom. Sallie installed it.
She did?
She did it, yeah.
She installed it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
she's a ninja. That couch right there, Sallie put that couch together.
Yeah, no, I know the pain. That's why I lift weights to compensate for like the lack of manhood.
I just pulled the leg card.
Oh,
God.
I can't. You pulled the leg card.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. I can't. It's uncomfortable. Oh, my leg hurts. I can't do it. Jerry's asking, is Governor's a 1 hour drive from Manhattan? Yeah, give or take, yeah.
About there.
Depending on traffic, too. I mean, it could take 2.5 hours, depending on traffic.
I mean, now it would be an hour. But
yeah. So there you go, Jerry.
This is, by the way, Governor's, just for anybody that, if you don't know when you're watching this, I would be surprised, but you may be in this case. Jerry doesn't know. It's one of the top comedy club chains in the country. And I mean, Governor's itself, I mean, you're talking about an A. They'll use a numerical value system sometimes. It's an A club. And all of its clubs, all 3 of them. I mean, the biggest names in comedy that work theaters and everything else, the one step above theaters, below theaters rather, would be to work at these clubs. I mean, and you're talking the top names: Sebastian Maniscalco, Vic DiBitetto, who I used to open for years. He's worked here. I mean, and recently too, and worked all of their clubs: McGuire's, the Brokerage, and Governor's. It's an honor to work these clubs.
Yeah, and everybody says that. Every comedian that comes in here, no matter how what level of fame they have. And then even going back, Eddie Murphy pretty much started here. Jackie the Joke Man was very instrumental in getting this club started.
You think also East Side Comedy back in the day,
right? That's what I was like. Pretty much,
right. Long Island comedy. Long Island is to comedy what the Dominican Republic is to shortstops. I mean, you grow them here. We grow comedians here, and as a result, they have a very fertile comedy scene. So.
Yeah, and which is still going today. I mean, we had a big boom in the 80s on the Long Island scene, but I do feel there's still just a great amount of good, top-notch level comedians still on the island.
It's a great, we've had our own comedy boom here. Governors for years has promoted their own people and done Thursday and Sunday shows with fundraisers where they'll give guys chances. And I know I've worked on material on their shows on the quote-unquote off nights, and we're just part of a farm here, a comedy farm.
Yeah, it is
growing comics and nurturing comics. It's true.
How often do you change your?
Well, no, it's not a question of. Well, I'm just always looking for new material. That's all. That's the best. Okay. It's the best answer I have for
that. Is a good answer.
I mean, that's it. I don't know about quote unquote changing the entire act, but just.
So you never sit down and say, "All right, I've been doing this bit long enough. Time to."
I tell you the truth. I would not really. No, but I'm always looking to update, and if I happen to know that people are coming that have seen me before, I make sure that there's something new in there all the time. I try to do that, as best I can.
I've heard comedians sometimes, I don't want to say bad mouth, but they definitely kind of, it definitely rubs them the wrong way a little bit when a comedian if they go, say, a few years without changing anything.
Well, changing anything? I would think creatively you'd want to change. You'd want to
Right.
not change, but you'd want to add something.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, you had Rodney Dangerfield. I mean, he did pretty much the same act for the last 20 years of his life.
I guess.
I mean, he could.
Whatever. You know what? Look, if it works, it works. And if you're very comfortable with anything new, you want to put it in. You just want to put on a good show for the.
And that's what it comes down to.
I mean, that's what
right?
it comes
Right.
down to. I mean, look, I'd love to change my act every year. I mean, quote unquote, change it, get a whole new. But it's practically speaking, I'm not willing to try to work out new material too much on shows where people are paying money.
Right.
And whatever.
Yeah.
I'm usually not interested in that, especially if I'm headlining. I'd rather not be too experimental.
Right.
You know, maybe a little bit,
Yeah.
especially if the crowd's with you, a little bit.
I always compare it to a concert. And I'll use Joey Cole as an example because I've seen him so many times. And, he has the cat bit and the dog shit bit. I've seen it a million times, laugh every time. And to me, it makes sense to keep doing it because those, like a concert, people pay the money. They want to see the greatest hits. Like Paul McCartney, they don't want to hear his latest album. They want to hear the Beatle tunes. Joey Cola, too. I mean, not that they don't want to hear it, but I think there is a percentage of people that do expect to hear the dog shit bit and the cat bit.
I guess. Humor is different from music, and then you can hear music over and over and over again. The sense of surprise may come out of a joke if you've heard it 100 times. So as a result, it may dull the laughter. But it depends, but maybe not. Look, I've worked with comics that were big draws and don't change their act at all. And I mean, and they've got people coming back multiple times. So
Sure.
yeah. I mean, look, you always want to err on the side of creativity. So you would always like to either expand or change.
Sure.
Or grow. Put it this way, you always want to grow. That's how you got to where you are to begin with.
Well, true. You're right. That's a good point. Smart guy. Adam Snare. Tony, those older comics did the same stuff forever. These days, especially with the internet, you have to come up with some new stuff. That's from Adam Snare.
Adam's right. But you should always come up with new stuff. You should always.
Yeah.
I mean, they said back in the day that TV killed material. If you went on the Tonight Show, which the whole world watched, now you can't do it anymore. I don't believe that.
Yeah, I didn't believe. I mean,
but I don't go with that. But they said
minutes,
it would. The terminology you would hear on shows would be that, or at least in books about comedy, about the comedy boom, is that TV ate material. So I don't know. I don't really understand that because, and I know that there were comics that were on TV then that still did the material. And
sure.
I've seen, it's one comic I can think of. I've seen him over and over again doing the same thing on different, like at Comedy Central or on this show or on Last Comic Stand. I mean, different. I don't want to say platforms. It's all TV, but on different TV shows and doing the same act.
Yeah.
And you know what? He was a very funny guy, but yeah. So
yeah, like you said, if it works, it works. Johnny Lambros, with material, there's nothing wrong with working on what you got. I do most of the same stuff every time with some new stuff, and it's newer. And it's never in the same order. Okay.
There you go. Right. I meant something. Hey, listen, whatever floats your boat, whatever can jar your creativity, whatever can help the audience, go for it.
Sure. All right. Do you ever do crowd work?
I'm not a big crowd guy. I was never that interested in crowd work. Some people really love it. I worked with a guy recently that I was headlining a show, and he was on ahead of me, and he did crowd work. He was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, just great. I mean, that becomes pretty routine after a while, but I never did too much of it. Some guys thrive on it, and it is funny.
Oh, I love it.
It is funny.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever saw Paul Veneer, Comedy Tornado, it's really funny.
Yeah.
He'll just talk to the crowd most of the time.
Right. Paul Mercurio too. I've seen his show a couple of times, and he does the same thing. And it's such a, I like that challenge because it's such a big risk. I mean, you could, depending on what somebody's giving you.
You know what happened is also, if it's not going well or whatever, you go back to your material. So that's good
right,
in that
right.
sense.
Sure.
You have to have the act probably to back it up.
Oh yeah, you need a plan B.
So no
right.
matter what.
Yeah.
And your act should always be plan A. But yes.
Right. Bosie, yeah, I felt that. I didn't have to listen to Rodney anymore after the Rockin' Rodney album. Mm-hmm. Wow, I forgot about the Rockin' Rodney.
Right.
And the No Respect rap tune. You got any Rodney stories?
No, he is one of my absolute idols.
Yeah, me too.
People always ask me, who who do you idolize? I go to two names, even though they're nothing alike: Jerry Seinfeld and Rodney.
Oh, wow.
They're nothing alike. But I loved Rodney. I loved everything about Rodney.
Mm-hmm.
I loved his style. I loved his rhythms, everything. But I wish I had met him.
Yeah.
But I never did. I wish I had. I worked his club once, and I realized when I was on stage that I was standing exactly where he was when he recorded a comedy album of his that I had. I was like, wow, this is great.
Yeah, that's cool stuff.
Yeah.
There's because he came from Babylon, and there's some talk about building a statue in Babylon.
Hey, why not?
Absolutely.
Listen, you know what? Anything that could juice up a Long Island town, and I love Long Island in general, but each town, most of them don't have a tremendous personality. They don't. Port Jefferson does. Port Washington does. Long Beach is a city. It does.
Right.
I mean, I can come up with a few towns here and there, but the most part, it's a suburban area with towns that are pretty much interchangeable.
Right.
But a Rodney statue would be nice.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. So, that's still kind of in discussions, and I don't even know if that's something I was supposed to let out, but I didn't.
Somehow I don't
Too late now.
Somehow I don't think you're violating international law.
James Thompson. Good morning, James. I much rather prefer chaos method comedy. Lightning quick responses and on-the-spot ADHD thought processes to create something unique and ridiculous every time. All right, so James, you must be a big...
unique and ridiculous is good.
Yeah, big Robin Williams and... what's his name that came before him? The big guy. Jeez.
Oh, Jonathan Winters?
Jonathan Winters, thank you.
Right.
Must be a big Jonathan Winters fan. I mean, talk about lightning quick responses and on the spot.
John Mulrooney's very good with the crowd, too.
Yes, he is. I saw... It's funny you say that. I just met Mulrooney a few months ago. When they did the benefit for Bob Nelson. And, man, he went to town on... Bobby Inns, who used to do a show in here, and he's still a friend. But I don't know if you've ever met Bobby, or if you looked in here, if you ever saw somebody that looked like Keith Hernandez,
really,
it was him, and he has the same mustache. He has the dark hair, but Keith Hernandez in the 80s, and that's basically what Mulrooney was doing. So, dude, what did you use, a magic marker on your hair and that mustache? He just went to town on him. Hysterical, and Bob, and I'm not making fun of Bobby. He took it, he laughed, and he's good with that kind of stuff. So I'm not bad mouthing him, which is why I named him. Brought him up by name. Look at that, there's an ant on this thing. Bam. So Mulrooney just went to town, and it was outrageous, and it was that was a thrill to meet Mulrooney because he started this. Talk about standing on stage with Rodney. Mulrooney's the one who started this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He started, I don't know how he did it, how he convinced governors to build this, but yeah, I
didn't realize, I know he's right, he was on early on, but I didn't realize he convinced them to do it.
Yeah, I'm assuming it was his idea, because, he had the show, a morning show with Kevin Downey Jr. was a part of it, and Jackie was a part of it a little bit, a few other people, but they did it for like a year or two in here, so, and I mentioned it to him, and he didn't seem to care. Oh, so now Lou Greco's gone. All right, so we're expecting the Uncle Louie, guys. He was there, but he's not there. Oh, wait a minute. I think
maybe he had to relog in or something.
Yeah, maybe. All right, so I'm gonna let him in. I don't see Carlo's name there, but I'm sure he'll be around at some point. Let's see. Let's hit that. Let's see. Ooh.
Oh, they're both there. There they are.
Both there.
There we go.
There we go. Hang on, give me a second. I'm getting myself situated here. Whoa. All right, hang on. All right, so there they are. Lou and Carlo, the Uncle Louie Variety Show. Hi, guys.
What's happening? Hi, Tom. Hi, Eric.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Eric.
I love this. I love that. That is the Italian universal symbol for everything.
Yeah, I know. You went from this to this to this.
So how are you guys?
Great.
We got some sun in Syracuse, so we don't know what to do with it. We're confused.
Yeah.
We're like,
It's a very crazy situation.
You need to call somebody? You guys all right over there with that?
we need to call. Yeah, we need the helpline. We need something. We don't
It's
know.
like you look outside, then you run outside, and it's raining.
Yeah.
And then you come back in. It's like that. It's like that.
Wow.
That's all it is.
What's that burning circle in the sky? What is it?
I give you guys credit. I don't know how you do it up there. I've been to. What's that?
We complain a lot. That's how we do
We
it.
live to complain.
We hate every moment.
So when we go to Florida, that's why they hate Italians in Florida.
Yeah. We never leave.
I was up in Syracuse only once, and I was like, "What in the world is going on here?"
It's like the refrigerator of New York. You know.
Yeah.
We were just talking about there's a town here in Long Island that Rodney Dangerfield is from, and there's been some rumblings about possibly building a statue in the town square of this particular town where he came from. I personally think they should do that for you guys. You guys put Syracuse on the map.
Yeah, not the Syracuse Orange national basketball team, or the undefeated football team.
No, these two idiots.
Us idiots from the basements of the north side.
Put Syracuse on the map. for the
Lou and
East.
Carlo. That's what they
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll take the
Take
statue.
anything.
We'll take the statue.
It's just going to go up in the bathroom of a comedy club somewhere.
It'll
but
be paper
that's
mache.
paper mache.
It'll be paper mache. But
So that's
It's like the face of a bidet. You know?
yes, we make it into a urinal. But
I did a club one time, guys. It was in Delaware, and they were very conservative, and they had in the urinals a picture of Jane Fonda's face in every urinal.
Wow, that's awesome.
yeah, she was enemy number one for a while.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is like 2017. I mean, we still haven't forgotten from 1970.
Was that going back to the 70s?
Yeah, like 1969. She was like complaining, and it was
Jeez.
still pissing on her.
And she was known to love urine.
Oh, that
Yeah.
See, now we didn't know that.
There you
Or
go.
they called her Old Golden Showers Fonda.
That's it. It wasn't on Golden Pond. It was on Golden Showers.
Yeah.
Right. Great
See,
minds
this is what
think
you
alike.
get. Come see these guys. This is educational.
Golden shower. Yeah.
So this Saturday at the brokerage with this guy right here. Talk about a great show. Oh my goodness.
It's going to be great, guys, folks. Come down.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is actually the first show of your latest tour, correct?
Is it?
Is it? I don't know. I'm asking you. No, am I wrong about that?
No, we've been doing the hard comedy tour for a couple of months now.
Oh, my apologies.
It's the next
the start,
step into like finally getting shows again.
Right.
We've been doing it sporadically for the last few months, just trying to navigate this bullshit with the masks and all that stuff. So we're trying to figure that out. But now it's like people don't care. They're just ready to go out and laugh. They're done with it.
Yeah, I think from the new year we probably have had 4 shows with the hard comedy tour. So yes, you're almost right.
Sponsored by myedmeds.com.
Make sure we get that out there.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why it's called the hard comedy tour. So when you see the stage show, it's myedmeds.com with a members only discount.
We have no shame. We have no shame.
Well, we knew that.
Right.
That's fine.
Because our next year is called the Stick It Up Your Ass.
Yeah, we got an enema company who's coming.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
you go.
So,
Yeah.
MyAss.com.
Yeah, it's a suppository company, and we're. Yeah.
The best guests are the ones you can just sit back and they just go.
Right.
Just
Oh, these
love
guys,
man.
forget it.
Oh.
I'm going to go take a leak in a minute. These guys are good.
So that's what we're going to be doing on stage. We're going to be doing some
The On Golden Showers tour. That's the On Golden Showers tour. That's from 2024. So don't give it away.
And that's why we brought Eric in, because he's perfect. And
we looked up all the comedians that would work with urine, and Eric was
Right.
number 1. I mean,
One.
He's the number 1, not number 2.
No, number 2.
He's number 1.
Number 1, urine comedian. They give me 5 more minutes. I'll drink mine on stage. I'm trying to lobby them. Right. I may have to stall while they're doing.
5 more minutes.
I'll give you guys $1 each if you actually just say that to him on Saturday. You got 5 more minutes just to see what he does.
Yeah, we're gonna yell out from the side. 5 more. He's like, can I have a cup, please?
No, I'm gonna bring my own. I got him from the hospital. I'll bring a urinal. The whatchamacallit, the ones you.
A cup? What are you talking about? It's
No,
just
a
come
cup.
on. It's just right like that.
That's wishful thinking, folks. If I could do that, I wouldn't be doing comedy.
He'd be doing another form of
Exactly.
All right, so yeah, May 7th, this Saturday, and as a fan of your show, I mean, this is just a fantastic night, man. So this is just a great night. You want to go out and see some great comedy. You won't get much better than this. So this is a great show. Do you?
It's gonna be lit.
Yeah, absolutely. So with each tour, I know you guys come up with different stuff to do with each tour. How hard is that to do?
We freak out about it for like okay, this tour went so well. It was such a great show. It's put together really well. It ends on a bang.
Yeah, we're not gonna do another one like
and then
that.
we're freaking out, and then we write a 3-hour show in about 2 hours. And
Right.
we're like, crap, we got to bring all this stuff down. There's so much material, especially with us,
And once you get to know the characters, like the Uncle Louie character,
Right.
and Zias, then you can start imagining them like, what would they do? And the writing just comes natural. It's like, okay, let's put Uncle Louie in this scenario. Let's give Uncle Pasqualino this situation. What would he do? Let's put the Zias. So it's really it's kind of like we know the characters, we know what they would be funny in, and then we just write around it. Just
if we're laughing while we're writing,
it's a keeper.
Right.
We're done. It's like there it is.
We were talking before we were talking to you guys. And we were talking, like I mentioned, again, talking about Rodney, how the last 20 years or so of his career, he pretty much did the same show. And I was asking Eric about, like greatest hits. Do you guys feel that there are certain things that you guys have done that have to stay in, or do you just go 100% new show every time?
I think we want to new show every time.
Nice.
But there are requests.
Yeah.
And they're constant. And these are from people that have supported us for 3-4 years. So we do a variation of an older bit that we did maybe from 3 years ago.
Okay.
Or they might have saw a video. Now the thing about the videos, if you take a video that we've done and you put it on stage, it doesn't come out right. It has to be specific. We have to design it based on stage. If you're looking in the box of a video, it's different than looking on stage because you see other things.
Right.
There's no cuts, close-ups. There's no cuts, so you have to re-visualize it.
There's no what? Oh, cuts. I thought you said something else.
Cuts. There's a bunch of the other ones. You're
looking at 2 of them right now.
I mean, we're right up on, we're right. The lights right on the 2 biggest ones. But that's why we love to go to Australia. They say that word like it's. Like
do they?
Oh yeah.
I think England too.
England too. Yes.
England too. Right?
Ireland. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
It's hilarious because we don't know what to do, like laugh or look around.
Right.
We were there for almost like a month. By the time we got back, we started saying it freely over there. So we get back to the States, we're like, "Hey, you freaking coot!" And then my wife's like, "Excuse me."
My mother didn't like it at all.
No. So we had to.
They're old fashioned. Yeah, you can't blame you. They're old fashioned. I mean,
yeah, you can never make.
You can never make Hey, this, and this. That is Italian sign language, by the way. What he just did.
Oh yeah.
That's the entire alphabet.
Yep. That's true.
That's every conversation.
Now, so you mentioned the videos. Do you ever worry that that you put out the videos and so many people see them? Do you ever worry about doing them live that people can say, "Oh, I saw that video already"? Do you feel there's a competition?
We've
never done a video live.
Really? Not once, huh?
No, there's a couple of them that we did different variations, so they're not going to see the same thing. But most of the stuff we do live is brand new.
Wow.
There's a couple like the the
trick or treating. You do it as a
trick or
word.
treating
Right.
and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's all
changed. But think about it. In most of our videos, we have all the characters in the same room because of editing. There's no way to do that on stage.
Yeah,
obviously.
true. Right,
All the
right.
characters. So you have to take that element out. So you can't use those videos, obviously. Then we have the driving videos where, okay, if you put that on stage, that's going to look strange. Pretend we're driving. You know,
Right.
so we let everybody know when you come see us live, the videos are the videos. They live on the internet for a reason, and we put on a production.
Yeah.
And hopefully you get both of it.
That was kind of like the first thing that we were talking about when we did our first show, was to not do anything in the videos. And we designed it that way. And then we're like, you know what? People love those videos. They come to kind of see what we're going to do. So that's when we started taking the pieces, and especially the fairy tales.
Right.
The fairy tales, we do a different variation of the fairy tales on stage.
Yeah.
And it
So
works.
funny.
And people are waiting because even if they've seen the fairy tale, they want to see it again because it's like,
Right.
they love them. It's more like a classic for
Right.
them. You know?
So to get back to your question, somewhere down the line there might be a best of Uncle Louie variety show on the market or on stage, because there is things like Snow White, things that we've done, songs that we've been playing for 4 years are like, oh God, you know, that people want to, fat coffee and this and that.
Right.
There might be, that is a possibility somewhere down the line that the Uncle Louie best of show.
Yeah, we got to remember without the pandemic, we've only been touring 3 years, 3.5
Yeah, 'cause
years.
we took that break in the middle.
Right.
Without that, we haven't really been. So like a best of for us is like, wait a minute, we've only done like 3 brand new shows.
But that's a lot.
Year after year.
It is a lot for it's a lot, but at the same time, because we've been on the internet for over a decade, the touring portion is a lot smaller, obviously.
You're right,
we
right.
did 6 years before we even went anywhere.
We didn't even know what the hell we were doing.
Right. So we've been doing the characters.
Well, that hasn't changed.
It's the case for most of us.
What was that? That goes without saying.
You guys are idiots.
Are you talking about New Year's Eve? Don't you ever talk about New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve was crazy with them.
Yeah.
The sound problems and every.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yes. There were
Open bar is all you have to say.
What happened?
Open bar.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, but you didn't see the beginning.
I know we weren't there.
Oh. They decide I'm going to do comedy at the cocktail hour.
No, we didn't decide nothing.
I know. No, not you. I don't know. I think it was it was the venue itself, I think, wanted
we
it.
would never do that to you.
I know. No, I know. And they think, people are like, you got any more with the Chinese dumpling? And I'm trying to talk. It was horrifying.
Yeah.
And not only that, they made me start while my wife and Anthony Prosciutti and his girlfriend were on stage in the corner eating. The stage had tables.
Oh,
My
okay.
wife is sitting there gavooning while I'm trying to. It was horrible.
What, you were like standing in front of them?
No, I was standing next to them, and because we were raised up, but because they were going to have entertainment, we begged them, please don't let them eat, and then let them go into the room. But it was so awful.
Oh my goodness!
And then plus they had sound problems, which was it was the Jericho Terrace, and all I can tell you is I married my first wife there. That place is haunted. Okay, I married. God love her. So apparently, there's no happy endings at the Jericho Terrace.
Well, the one thing was, and then when we pulled on stage, we had a lot of people come to see us, and then a lot of people didn't know us. They were just drunk and ready to party and dance.
Right.
The deal was so good, yeah.
We had people come up to us after, and then again, I don't know if it was the electrical in there. I don't know what happened. One of the speakers went out.
Yes.
So we just went. I started going table to table with stand-up.
Yeah. Yes.
It was just.
Wait.
It was bad. I didn't care. I'm like, that's it. I'm just going
Yeah, exactly.
table to table.
God damn it. Right. No, that's it. That's what happened. They actually went out. All you saw, it was like Bon Jovi it happened to. I went to Giant Stadium and saw them, and they're
we're in good hands.
right. He was the sound guy. It's the same sound guy. went out, and we're watching him going, "I'm gonna pray," but from like, and you couldn't hear him.
Yeah.
That's what that was like with them.
Wow.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was awful. So eventually you go table to table.
It was a great time though.
Oh, I had a ball with you guys. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, we had a ball.
Oh, it's going to be much nicer this
Yes, this Saturday, May 7th at the brokerage. There's no sound problems.
They don't have issues there.
There's no issues. The issues are maybe with us personally because we're we're problematic comedians that need love and attention from strangers. But at least the sound works.
Please love me. Please love me.
Yeah, we had a little bit of issues. We overcame them. We did what we did. But New Year's Eve will definitely not be
comedy night.
It's not going to be comedy night. It's either music or nothing on New Year's.
Yeah, people just want to drink.
People are walking by. I got who are you?
Yeah.
They thought we were like they were taking orders or like, can I have a drink? I'm like, I'm on stage.
At one point, the waiter just comes by. I just grabbed the wine right out of his hands and go, "Come over here. Give me this. Get out of here." It started drinking. I'm like, "What the hell is happening here?"
But the night will go on forever in our stories because it was just there's so much chaos that happened. We're forgetting 90% of it.
We did.
Oh, we want to forget it.
We did the dance, Bala Nonu style, okay?
Which
we figured
in
Pasqualino, but because it kills
Buffalo.
everywhere, right? It just kills. And Pasqualino starts dancing, and everybody in the crowd usually starts dancing. They stand up, they start going nuts. So here's this giant dance floor.
You're right.
So I'm like, it's got to be killer here.
People
Like,
love it.
Bala Nonu style is a parody to Gangnam Style. So
Right.
Everybody knows
it's
it.
all jamming, everything's good. Everybody, so we're like, he gets started, he goes, "Everybody, come on and dance."
Yep.
Bear in mind, folks, this shows you what it was like.
He's dancing by himself, right in the middle of the room.
Oh my! My son was with me that night. He was working the merch. He looked at it. After that, he goes, "I felt so sorry for you, Dad." I go, "Don't you ever remember or talk about this moment."
Now, bear in mind, folks, these people go to Australia. Sydney Opera House and kangaroos are going like this. Jericho Turnpike and Mineola, nobody understood it. There you go.
Thank you.
They go to Australia, folks.
We want to do a show at Jericho Turnpike, but a show. No?
Yeah.
New Year's Eve.
You would have been better off on Jericho Turnpike.
Jericho Turnpike.
You would have been better off on the Turnpike and the yellow lines. You would have made more sense.
Yeah, at least you'll have one or two drunks get out of the car and dance with you.
Exactly.
We played worse.
Oh yeah. But that moment was, and the song is long anyways, but it felt like it was 7 hours long.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Thinking, people have heart attacks. Why can't I have one right now?
Exactly.
All the time. I mean, medical things happen all the time.
Right, exactly.
You would have made it part of the bit. He would have died.
Yeah. And then everybody's
Everyone went, yeah. That they would have got. Yeah.
He's dead. Okay. Drag him off.
They'll be going through your pockets.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look, it's a mozzarella sandwich.
No wonder his arteries are clogged. Look.
Because it appears like everybody I asked over there is like, they're like, "Hey, can I get a glass of water?"
They didn't speak English. That's the.
What's the lady over there?
You gotta go aqua. What aqua? They go, "Stop dancing, please."
It was. Okay. So this Saturday it's gonna be.
Yeah.
They'll be knocking the tables over. So many people will be getting up to dance.
You
Exactly.
know, it's funny. We came from the Cleveland show at that show. Yeah. And Cleveland was like packed house.
Yeah, Cleveland's a great town.
Cleveland's great.
Loved it.
Hammered people.
We
Like
loved it.
hammered.
And every year it's the same.
And they're
story.
all dancing and it was just unbelievable.
We're like, let's do
we
it
do
again.
this. We pull it over there,
Let's do it.
and it's like it's New Year's Eve. This is not.
You would think someone would just save me.
I think
Someone. Like you know what I wish. You know what I wish would have happened. I wish that guy that tackled Dave Chappelle was there.
Yes.
Actually, just tackled the shit out of me.
Where is Will Smith?
I would have broke his arm. I
Right.
would have thanked him.
Yeah, exactly. It would have went viral too.
That's right.
Yeah, it was like Yeah, and I paid for it. I'm like, well, that was staged. That's my get
Right.
Get out of jail card.
At one point, me and him looked at each other. We're on stage. We're in the middle of a bit. Now, keep in mind, like, I'm focused on the people that are sitting down watching us, which are in the front and the side, and one lady's in the back. I can't hear you.
Yes.
So that's the one I went right over to the table. Okay, I'm doing it right in your face. All right, so we're sitting on the stage. I look, Hello goes to me. He goes, we're talking to ourselves, right? I go, right in the middle of one of our bits. And, and everybody it was just part of the whole.
It was in the middle of like our fairy tales, and we're just humoring ourselves. I just looked at him and go, we're the only ones listening.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Well, there's
absolutely.
There's a story of this guy that taught me comedy, Peter Bales. By the way, I'm suing him, but that's another story. He was on stage one time at the comic strip, and this shows you how long ago, and his friend, Jerry Seinfeld, comes to the side of the stage and goes, hey, man. It was like 2 a.m, and he's standing there, and there's no response, and he goes, hey, man. And he finally looks, he goes, there's nobody here. He was on stage talking to absolutely no one. Wow. And that's and you know what? The way it went that night.
Well, that was pretty much it.
Yeah. That was it.
We had an empty room we had a full empty room.
yeah, right. But the place was packed and no one heard you. You know that. I did not hear one word you said. And I was just off to the side. Did not hear one word.
That was God. I literally came in the middle of the show and sat down with you and your
yes
and I started eating. It was in the middle while he's going door to door selling freaking encyclopedias over here. And
I'm walking around the house. I'm like, all right, if they can't hear me, I'm just gonna go to the table and scream.
One lady looks at us as I'm sitting with Eric, and she looks at Louis telling a joke to a table, and she looks at me. She goes, "Is this part of the show?" It is now.
It is now.
Oh God! So funny stuff.
Take control. Make it happen.
We'll be back in Jericho November 1st. No,
the chandeliers were nice. It's a gorgeous place.
Oh, it is a beautiful place. Yeah, but
it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But we'll play there other than
New Year's Eve. That was the problem. I mean, they're right. It was New Year's Eve. That's the issue.
We told them, look, it would be great if we had this place for one of our shows during the year. It's beautiful. We pull from Brooklyn. We pull from everywhere.
Right.
That would be fantastic. Governors is always just awesome.
All 3 of their clubs, great audiences.
Great audiences.
Yeah.
We love playing that.
Eric just did a sold-out show here in the Giggle Room and had a blast. It's just, great crowds all the time.
So we always look forward to doing one of the 3.
Well, the last time we did this show over there was the blizzard, was some kind of
a storm coming through.
Oh, a hurricane.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the last time we did Belmore during the hurricane when they told us, you guys need to go back. We're like, we're already here.
Yeah, we're here.
Right.
And it was like,
limited.
50-mile-per-hour wind. I don't know what was happening. Everybody's like, my basement's flooded. I'm like, yeah, we're doing a comedy show.
If you want to laugh. So hopefully no storms are coming through. How's the weather look like in Belmore?
I think a plague of locusts are coming through. Damn your luck.
I'm going to look at the weather right now.
It's every time.
It's every time. Yeah. No, it's actually going to be pretty good on I think it's going to be pretty decent. What?
100% chance of rain.
But that doesn't.
Yeah, that's just rain. That doesn't matter.
It's like retail. Rain brings people in.
That's
yeah, that's true. So there you go.
They can't go out and hang out. They need to.
Yep. There's nothing to do in your yard.
So the comedy gods are looking down on you and helping you out. So there you go.
It's funny over there. It's like that is a club. When we first did that first club, we in Belmore, the first time we did it, like, man, we only sold like 80 tickets.
89.
It's like, what's going on? And that day we show up, and Tony, within like 10 minutes, goes, "You were sold out."
We're like, "What? Like, no, we're not."
He goes, "We're sold out. We sold all the tickets in the last 2 days." I'm like, "What the hell happened?"
Yeah.
We had to literally tell people that came up to the table that they couldn't come in. We were turning people away. That's
Long Island is great for comedy, guys. You got to take. This is you guys rule this
But is that
Rooster.
not the norm? See, like most things that I'm paying attention to on the island sell out within the last week or two tops.
Is
that not the norm everywhere?
I don't know, but they're used to it here, knowing you know why we could get it at the end, and that's what happened. Right. But you'll get the big swell of support, but they're like, oh, all right, we're gonna go, but you know, we don't have to call a week in advance. But you know what though? They may learn that they may have to with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
We noticed with comedy clubs that does play an effect like the last week. But when we do like theaters, you'll get that big push at first when the tickets go on sale.
Yes, right.
And then you'll get that, you'll get that 100, 150 right off the bat. And then it'll slow down until the last, 3-4 weeks of the show. But comedy clubs, it seems like you kind of trickle in throughout the whole time frame until the last week, and that's your true number right there.
People take theaters more seriously.
Right. It's more of an evening out.
Well,
Yes.
it's the same price whether you get 10th row or 50th
Which
row.
is what we try to
so
do,
I think
right.
the theaters is more like we want to get a good spot, so let's jump on it. We just posted our Des Plaines Theater. I think they're up to
Chicago
165. It's not even until December.
Right.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's
Wow.
like everybody jumps on those tickets right away. So it's a good feeling because you're like, okay, those tickets are going to sell. Okay,
But then you have that
these
summertime
last minute
yeah.
ones drive me
They're scary.
insane.
They're
And then
scary.
you're like, and then we finally get there, we're like, okay, we're good.
Yep,
It's
I'm the same way. I hate that the whole time thinking, oh, we're not going to make anything. They're not even going to do the show, and then then you luck out. Yeah.
And that's the worst thing in our business. We never want to not do a show, right? I mean, that's
Of course
that's
not.
the last thing you ever want to think of and put out
Yep.
there. So yeah, it gets very nerve-wracking, but it's worked out. Governors has always been good to
Always
us.
worked
All
out.
3 spots.
Governors especially like, okay, we're good.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
love it
yeah.
there. Every show is great. Everybody that works there is great. You guys have taken. I mean, how long now? 3-4 years we've been talking, Tony.
It's probably
least.
around 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, how long you been sleeping together?
Well,
So there's the thing
That's been
is,
about
He's a whore, Tony. He can't even keep track.
My mouth,
Hey,
my jaw is killing me, man.
well.
I think one of the biggest things for us is also in the comedy clubs, where when we come out, when we're done, the staff, when the staff is like,
Enjoy
"I love you guys,"
Yes.
it's like, oh, that's the best compliment.
You know what they?
see everything, right?
It's true. You know what
It
they
is
say.
true, yeah.
I've heard it said, you want to know who's funny? Ask the waitresses.
Because they see everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
They're the
absolutely
ones
right.
that are like, yeah, you guys are very different. He's like, we're laughing. You're like, wait a minute, there's a song going on. It's like, oh, he does music over there.
Somebody just pick up an accordion? What is going on? How old are they?
Weird Al is here. Hey, and that's actually some. I'll let you go in a minute because you're gracious enough to give us some time. Eric and I were talking about that before we started with you guys. You guys are like pretty much the only ones currently doing a variety show. You guys feel that's almost like a dying art form, or
I don't think so.
I hope not, because I love that format.
No, I had said I don't think so because the way entertainment can change, and what's old is new, and things are getting a little more conservative, and things are getting a little dicey, and something like a variety show people would embrace, if you're asking me. But I
have you guys ever been concerned about that? Do you? Is this not something you worry about? You just do your thing.
We wanted to do something unique, so
Yeah.
there's nobody out there really pulling a variety show
Right.
together.
Yeah.
And the way we do it with music and the way we can do it, and characters and bringing the characters in, it's different. So we wanted to be different, and it's always a struggle to kind of push your uniqueness, because some people are like,
Right.
Change is
do this.
different, yeah.
What is really a variety show? I don't understand. It's not like in the past when people have seen Carol Burnett and all those variety shows that came in the past. Like
Donnie
nowadays,
Marie
you
and all
got
that, yeah.
Right, exactly. Donnie Marie, yes.
once they start to see it, we were talking about changing a little bit of what we do later on to just do kind of sketches on stage. Right now we talk to the audience. It's one of the most fun things I've ever done in my life to be able to do this.
Sure.
So we talk to the audience, but there's other things where we can put in just sketches.
Well, we don't break that wall.
Where you're watching a play.
Right.
Just sketches, certain things like maybe that see us go to church, like that kind of video sketch.
Right.
And so we're playing with a bunch of different scenarios, but we're not going to change that variety show.
Right. We never want to stay stagnant, because you do have to keep it going. Because again, we don't want to be that that show that people said, you know what, I saw them a year and a half ago. I know what they're doing. I don't need to see it again.
Yeah.
So we
Right.
can't be in that kind of category. So that's why we always are changing, kind of evolving. You have to evolve into, still keep it variety, but evolve into what is out there. So you're not caught in, I saw that, don't need to see it again.
Yeah. We're much different every year. So that's what our main purpose was, to be different the next year around. I'm like, holy crap, they did nothing what they did last year.
Yeah.
Kind of push it together. Plus, we want to put some sketches in where we bring in our the people we're there with, like Eric, bring them into a sketch and say, here's your lines,
Nice.
where they don't even know anything about it, right? They're just like, here's your lines. But they're good enough to just roll with it and go with it. And we'll bring them into that direction and everything else. And then it becomes like something classic, where it'll never be the same twice.
Exactly.
You know what I also think that works for us is what you see on stage is 99.99% of the same people we are off stage. We talk. We like to have a good time. We're authentic. We can speak the language. We can throw out. We're not faking it. We're not up there and just kind of
Nothing to do with urine.
Nothing to do with urine. Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. You mentioned, but getting me involved.
Oh my
So
God!
there you go.
You're number one. You're number one. Number one.
Hey, he stole that. Prick.
So I think that's why it kind of works, and you have the families that come out, like you said. It becomes a family kind of thing. You want to bring your aunts, your uncles, your Zias, or whatever, your nonas. And it's more family. I'm not going to say family friendly, because we do, there's swearing.
Yeah, but you're not that bad with that stuff either.
we're
So
not,
yeah.
guys.
You haven't seen this show.
Oh, okay.
No, we're good. But it's like he said, I just got an email from a fan in Chicago. He's like, 24 of my family members are going wrong.
Wow. God.
That's awesome.
That
is like,
it doesn't get better than that, guys.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So that's what we're doing. May 7th, Belmore at the Brokerage Comedy Club. Eric, he's going to rock and roll for us. I can't wait to see you again. We're going to have a couple of drinks.
Yes.
We're going to laugh.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Then we'll just pee.
We're going to have crack. We're gonna have
They're gonna crack. Whiz.
Hopefully somebody, can stop us from peeing so much. But we're going to have fun.
Excellent. That's this Saturday. The Brokerage in Belmore. Go to govs.com to make your reservations. And, of course, keep in touch with the Uncle Louie Variety Show. TheUncleLouieVarietyShow.com, right?
That's it.
Excellent. As always, guys, a lot of fun. Good to see you. All the best to Tony and your families. And I may get there on Saturday, so I hope to see you guys.
See you then, guys.
Yeah, see you, buddy.
All right. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. We'll see you guys soon.
Sallie said bye.
I will. Thanks. See you guys. Whoops.
Bye.
Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. The Uncle Louie Variety Show. Those guys love those
rock.
guys.
They
really
rock. They're
such
great dudes.
And I guarantee you, take it from me, you're going to love the show. So go check it out. So there we go. We're out. Thank you, pal.
Oh, had fun.
Oh, I'm shaking the hand with the ring on it.
That's right. With the ring.
With the ring. Eric Tartaglioni Comedy.com, right?
You can use my initials, etcomic.com.
Oh, ET Comic. Okay.
And you can look me out on Facebook and Instagram, the whole shebang.
This man just sold out the Giggle Room a few weeks ago, and it was fantastic. And I told you, and I'll say it again, we were in here that night. We have never heard that volume of laughter from down the hallway like we heard that night.
Thank you.
This guy is fantastic. So see him wherever you can, but especially this Saturday at the Brokerage in Belmore, govs.com. Thank you, pal. This was fun.
Thank you. I had a ball.
Always a good time with you.
Thanks, folks.
All right. Today is Thursday. There's nothing on Govs tonight. Tomorrow, I'll be back here at 11 with Andy Plajanos. Chris Cassandra will be here with us. He's playing tomorrow night in the Giggle Room with Terry McNeely. And then, that's it. So we'll see you tomorrow at 11. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Thursday. We'll see you later.